If round 4 revealed one thing, it's that all the best teams have one thing in common: precision. Whether through handball chains or the most important kick in football, the one going inside 50, no round yet has made it more clear how to win games. The only issue for those clubs struggling is how to solve it. Great kicks are hard to come by, and the same can be said for the damaging inside 50 threats. Everyone's attention will now turn to South Australia as the third edition of Gather Round gets underway. But we start with the game of the round. Who would have thought a Saturday afternoon Gold Coast v Adelaide matchup in round 4 would be one of the games to watch? It lived up to the anticipation. Both sides' big forwards played with presence. Riley Thilthorpe kicked 5 goals in another dominant performance, while Taylor Walker 4 goals and Darcy Fogarty 3 goals were also fantastic. For the Suns, Jed Walter in just his second season kicked a career-high 3 goals and did his part in the Suns' 1-point win. It was a classic game of momentum swings, which we see a lot when two good teams play each other. But I know what you were all thinking: the Crows got robbed again. Not necessarily for the 4 points, but a chance with around 100 seconds left for Isaac Rankin to give them a lead or at least even up the scores. Was it a mark? Maybe not, but it was 100% a free kick. You can't tackle an opponent attempting to mark the ball. The AFL gave another lame statement, admitting umpire error, in which Adelaide CEO Tim Silvers responded. Fair to say the Adelaide fans and their hierarchy are less than pleased. The fact is, no side has had a rougher time with the umps than Adelaide, and it has been occurring for multiple seasons now. Ben Key's point that should have been a goal to put the Crows in finals in 2023, Sam Draper diving on the ball which should have been called holding the ball, and Jordan Dawson getting tackled high at the end of a game against Collingwood are the big game-defining calls to go against Adelaide since 2023. Normally these type of things swing in roundabouts, but so far the Crows have been brutally unlucky. The other side story of the game came after it. McAndrew, for whatever reason, gave it to Thilthorpe. It was heated and might just be the start of a long-running rivalry between the two. Now Andrew mainly played on Walker, and although his team got the win on the day, in this bout, I think you have to give the points to Thilthorpe. But back to the main point of precision, it was the difference in 4 games. Geelong and Melbourne split the clearance game, but it was so clear early on the difference in quality. How many times were Melbourne out in space or with numbers rushing forward and blatantly turn the ball over? It was a lot. Compare that with the more creative forces of Brian Myers, Patrick Dangerfield, Brad Close and others for Geelong, who at times cut their way through Melbourne. Sydney and North Melbourne was a similar story. Now the Kangas' intensity wasn't near the level compared to their first 3 weeks, and unlike Melbourne, they got beat up at clearance, but the Swans owned the corridor. Simple 20-metre kicks straight up the middle of the field, or those 45-degree ones happened all night. No one epitomised their skill than former Werribee player Riley Bice. The mature age draftee has been one of the finds of the year, and his 26 disposals and 15 marks chopped up North Melbourne. He was in total control. It was the 2 back-end Sunday games that really emphasised this point. Port Adelaide had 58 inside 50s to St Kilda's 44, while the Western Bulldogs had 63 inside 50s compared to Fremantle's 44. Both sides who won the inside 50 count ended up losing the game. Once again, Wanganeen Malira and Jack Sinclair did heavy damage from the back end, and although the big 3 midfielders for Port Adelaide were in, thanks to Butters returning, most of the damage early on by the Saints was caused from their own stoppage game. A makeshift on-ball unit featuring Jack McRae, Marcus Windhager, Hugo Garcia, Zach Jones and Liam Stocker beat the flashy names of the Big Power 3. It now marks 3 wins in a row for the Saints, who are going along nicely. Out west, Fremantle showed plenty of heart. A big 32-point lead at halftime was enough, as Luke Jackson, Nathan O'Driscoll and Corey Wagner all went down injured as the Bulldogs came hard in the final term. The Dockers' defence has been their strength, and they repelled most Bulldogs' attacks late on. Their bounce out of the back half looked like that of a top-level team, and that might be the most pleasing element of the win. It's another close loss for the Dogs, who are once again led by Sam Darcy, who was dominant. He made Alex Pearce look out of his depth, and a stat line of 21 disposals, 11 marks, 9 score involvements and 5 goals is unheard of from a key forward these days. If only his running mate Aaron Norton could find some form, and no doubt the pressure on his performances will start to rise if he can't get flying soon. The two sides at 0-4 in Carlton and Melbourne have been the disappointments. It's not season over quite yet, but the next month would have to result in at least a couple wins to get both of their seasons back on track. Right now, their issues are also similar: a lack of quality inside 50 and elite ball users across the lines. The Blues have shown more in their 4 games, but their mental resilience is under question. It's the Ds who might have deeper issues. A win for the once vaunted midfield is now breaking even at clearance, and the same old issues of ball movement apply, although at least the need for change has been acknowledged. Both fan bases are flat after initial hopes of a strong 2025. To finish off, the coaching pressure will only mount on Ken Hinkley and Alistair Clarkson. The succession plan at Port is being questioned nearly every week, and it must be tiring to answer the same media questions about it. With the semi-final rematch against Hawthorn next week, that match will tell us a lot about the power. They don't necessarily have to win, but anything other than a supercharged, high-intensity effort would be startling. And North Melbourne were just so disappointing against Sydney. Keep a watch on the heat that is mounting on Clarkson. It has been growing ever so slightly, and Kangaroo fans are sick of those type of games. I know the Suns are red hot at the moment, but what reason is there that North can't put up a big fight at a neutral venue in the Barossa Park next week? But Gatherand is full of must-watch games. The Thursday night opener between Adelaide and Geelong is great, and there is no better finish to the festivities than that Port Adelaide and Hawthorn rematch that should be full of spite.